Welcome back. And breaking tonight, 5 people have been arrested after former Tory leader Sir Iain Duncan Smith was allegedly hit on the head with a traffic cone. Protesters can be heard shouting "Tory scum" at the former leader in this shocking footage, which apparently shows the aftermath of the incident outside the Conservative Party conference in Manchester earlier today. Now, Sir Iain later told The Spectator, "For half a second, I was about to go up and punch them. I went forward and they backed off. I nearly knocked them out. Lost my rag. They were shouting all along and then they smashed the cone on the back of my head, and so I turned and grabbed the cone and looked at them and I took a pace forward and they backed off. I threw the cone on the ground, said pathetic, and turned and walked off." So good on you, Iain Duncan Smith. But let me bring in our political correspondent, Tom Harwood, who is live at the Tory Party conference in Manchester. Look, Tom, I've got a real issue with this, because if this was a left-wing politician being attacked with a traffic cone on the streets, the media would be talking a lot about this. And I feel like it's almost like an expectation that Tories have to put up with this sort of abuse, both verbally and physically, and it's wrong.
Certainly, since the 2015 Conservative Party conference, also held here in Manchester, there's almost been an expectation of this sort of violence. I mean, we saw in 2015 many people being hurled verbal abuse, but also thrown things like eggs and all that sort of stuff. Now, it hasn't been as bad as 2015 since, but there's still a large protest presence outside the Conservative Party conference, a great deal of security to get in the secure zone, but of course many fringe events, and indeed it was a fringe event that Sir Iain Duncan Smith was speaking at, are held outside that secure zone, and unfortunately it seems that some rabble-rousers like to hang outside those areas to go and cause some trouble. And I just wonder how much of this violent behaviour, how much of this intimidating behaviour has been encouraged by what we heard last week. When you hear senior politicians saying the words "Tory scum," that seems to incite something among less palatable people, and there seems to be a great deal of animosity towards the minority of people who like to protest and believe that the Conservative Party is somehow an evil force in politics.